Yeah. 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 Blue jeans, Air Ones, and a white tee. 06 hanging out the window like E. High feet on one, off about a white bee. My tree, smoking Agent Orange High C. Back when me and Marty was recording at my mom's. Mostly y'all were chasing around Bobs. I was in the lab, only hoping at my job. Never would be based around mops, now I'm home. Yeah, she know, love me cause my ego. Girls in the drugs, always follow us where we go. Hey, where the they at? Shouts out to JN. Looking for the party girls, let me know where they at. Skinny rich girls, always asking where they at. Throw a house party like cool, where you stay at? Turn upside down, let her twerk on the wall. Took her to the bathroom and did work in the stall. To a tour bus, still the same game except I'm pulling more sluts, more butts, more bucks, never giving more fucks. Did it my way, I'm never taking shortcuts. Raised in a town like fool, who put you up on, huh? E40 Mac Dre's, who I grew up on. I've been selling game, got you if you need a cue up on. You can check my resume, see every beat I threw up on. Smoking on grapes, rolling up swishers, no tapes. Back of the ghost closed drapes, I'm a boss tycoon. Girls in the crowd all swoon, super high, I'm off to the moon. And I vanish with your girl, then I take her to my room. She wants me to slay, okay, that means doom, boom. And it's to be expected, knew this would happen as soon as she texted.
Sheriff's office, man. Anyways, moving on. I had made that, on the record.
At this time, state your full name.
I don't want to. Y'all know my full name. Fuck you. You know that. Fuck you. Fuck you. You know that. Well, I'm gonna say fuck you. What's that? A charge? Fuck you. You got it. Fuck you, that's my occupation. Yeah. All right. Yeah. What up? It's Friday, 10 p.m. A little bit after.
Where your kids at?
Time. You know what it is. I'm your host, May Manifest. To my right, I have.
You have the euphoric endorphin releaser, Poogie Long Johns.
To my left, I have.
Hi, it's Rhea. Did you guys miss me last week?
Yes, so did. And we are the SKEAM team. Y'all know what it is. Raise your glasses with us. We toast.
Make it clean.
Make eye contact. Yeah, go up with it and take our sip. We are live on YouTube.
And watch it drip.
We
are live on YouTube, so y'all can talk to us.
Chat
Chat, say something, say what y'all want. Y'all can comment. Y'all been saying,
man, we want to
comment. Y'all been getting mad at us. We want to talk about the show. We got to have the users come in. Man, you need to be all that. So now get on it. That's what they said. That's all of them. A lot of them girls sound like that too. Big Bertha said, you be talking about all our business. Big
Stop
Bertha.
messing with Bertha.
I know. Bertha's out there, baby. Get in the comments.
We
they don't think you
real.
Bertha. Bertha, hide behind your screen.
Talk to us.
Go.
We know out here. Go ahead. You know Bertha. He said.
I can't.
We're
not
not
going to
say
do
that.
this.
Rhea, where you been? Rhea back lovely. SKEAM Queen, you stepped out on us.
I did. Well, my birthday was.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. See, they always scare you with the birthday, right? They be like,
Virgos. Fellow
season.
Virgos.
It is Virgo season. Amen.
Virgo
If you ain't know, you know now.
Yes,
You don't get
amen.
no. You ain't a Virgo. You don't even get no.
I'm just a poor baby. Yeah,
But
man.
I am back. And I did miss you guys.
You got flew out for your birthday?
Huh?
Flew out. She said, huh?
No.
Can't tell nobody.
No.
She was around the corner.
I didn't get flued out for my birthday. But if you're trying to do it, if you're trying to get me flued out, I'm
you know
totally
they are.
open.
Oh, man.
Rhea 605 on
They're
Instagram.
gonna be
Let's
in
just talk.
there.
Wings
Let's talk
in
and
the
see.
air.
Let's discuss this.
Let's discuss it.
Let's
See
discuss
if we can
this.
make it work
So
out.
now it's technically still Virgo season, even though as it's transitioned.
No, it's
to,
Libra.
Yeah.
Is it
It's
Libra to
Libra.
balance
Libra.
the
The
scales?
23rd.
You got to balance the scales,
It's
right?
Libra now.
Libra season.
Yeah,
Oh,
you were
got some
excited
Libras
about
going
that.
on.
Libra,
Oh,
too.
man.
My
My
daughter.
Oh, yeah.
My daughter's a Libra. Her
Zinzi,
birthday
wow,
was
you're
Thursday.
two daughters. Look
Wow.
at two Virgos and two
and
Libras.
Libra.
You got balance and symmetrical and all that.
Indeed,
All right.
indeed.
Assimilation and
All
the
that.
Libra is supposed to be like balance, right? It's
Chill.
supposed to be
They
more
chill.
like chill and
Like-
laid back.
Yes.
Yes,
I love
they
a
like to
Libra.
make people happy.
I love a Libra.
Libra, love a Libra.
Love a Libra.
That's a alliteration. What else been going on, man? Everybody having good weeks?
Having a good weekend, man.
Have a good week, good weekend.
Yeah,
Weekend.
Weekend.
My
That's what I
week-
told the lady. That it was 9:00 at night, and I came in Starbucks. I had said, "Hello, good morning." It's like, "Good morning." It's
What
like
she say?
nighttime. She said, "Oh, you must just be waking up, huh? It's nighttime,
Have
honey."
you had your break today? Shout out to everybody listening to us on
I should've said
Spotify,
that,
Tidal, iTunes, Google Play, all the Deezer, Stitcher, TuneIn,
All of
all
them.
the Spot
All of them.
Pass, Spot Pass. I'm all looking at me. All the podcast apps, Podbeam, Himalaya, all those apps that you listen to your podcast on, where you're normally broadcasted on. We love you and thank you for your support. You see us in the bottom left-hand corner. Right there, you can check us out. SKEAM_podcast on IG, SKEAM.podcast. Again on YouTube. We live right here, so y'all can talk to us. Y'all can tell us and get us in our bag when we talk about the perspective tonight. We coming from Percy's perspective tonight. You know, we got a lot of
Percy's
stuff.
perspective.
Let's jump right in there. We, jump into the sports, man. We know what it is. The Buffalo Bills 3-0. You
Yes,
get to go
yes,
first.
yes. The Buffalo Bills are 3-0, looking excellent. We have the New England Patriots this week, and
3-0 Bills versus 3-0 Patriots.
it's undefeated, and hopefully the Bills will stay undefeated if Josh Allen plays up to par.
Shout out to the homie D's. My bad, D's. What up, D's? We out here. We see him on the 1 and 2s in the background. D's is Chicago Bears got a win versus the Redskins. He was at that
Unlike
game.
the Redskins.
D's, how you feeling? How are you in the building, D's? Oh my goodness. The skins,
cute.
and now we got to go to Rhea on this.
I know,
They call it dead
right?
skins. I
I
tried to
know.
support. You see, I put the colors on.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to do that.
You don't have to.
You don't have to do that. It's not
You guys-
necessary.
You
It's not.
How you go?
necessary.
Y'all need all the fans y'all can get. Don't be
Listen.
y'all can't afford to be
Listen,
kicking
I
fans
have,
aside.
listen, I know who my skins are. I know who they are, so I don't
You know the
let
skins?
I don't let the season stress me out
yeah.
or anything. I don't do all
You just
that. That's that's them doing what they do.
You know,
But when they win,
bear
I'm all
down.
in.
That you know, if you call the Chicago Bears, that's the Dave Live TV. What up, Dave?
Chicago.
The Chicago
Bears.
won the Dicka Trophy. All that the Bears love it.
dicka. I'm gonna dicka.
Nah, so we got that. What else we got going on in the sports? Got a big fight coming up, right?
Big fight tonight.
Sean Porter. This gonna be a good. Is it tonight or tomorrow?
tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Yeah, Saturday.
Saturday
we gotta
night.
find somewhere to watch it.
You do.
We gotta watch the fight.
It's gonna
Gotta
be.
watch.
It's gonna be.
I
a
want to
good
find
one.
who's at. Okay, y'all can comment. Who's having a fight party? Who's having
Oh.
folks over? Where we
We can
watching
do
the
it?
fight at?
I
Just
don't know, we gotta
message
do it.
us.
Get us in the. Invite us to.
Invite us
If you
out.
want the SKEAM team to come to your fight party, let us know.
Let us.
You know what I mean? We come commentate. You know, we be the judges. We be
Yeah.
3 ring-sized judges. Well, you know, he threw the jab kind of light, and I think that he didn't want to do that. You know, he needs to do a new spit bucket. His spit
Right.
bucket was that's how I want to
That's you gonna
commentate.
do. That's the commentary.
No, but you know what's crazy? This is the best division. I like the welterweights.
Welterweights.
Yeah, man, because it's like heavyweights be lightweights ain't gonna knock you out. Welterweights and middleweights is like one of the best divisions. Sean
Slug
Porter's a
fest.
good. Yeah, he's a James. You like boxing? You big on that?
Slug
Who you
fest,
got
yes.
tomorrow?
Now, if I was just to pick, it would be Earl Spence, but
Earl?
Sean Porter. Sean Porter is the underdog, so. But Sean Porter, you can't sleep on him. 'cause
You know
he
more
coming
about
out-
boxing than me.
He coming out
You don't
throwing
want to
like
go
Mike
for the
Tyson.
underdog. You're not gonna root for the underdog.
I would like to, but
You would like to.
if I was to choose the winner, man, everybody gonna say who got the best boxing skills. It would be Earl
Sean Porter got
Spence.
hands though. Who did he just fight? Didn't he just fight somebody big? Porter.
Porter, he just beat Thurman.
Oh yeah. That was a good fight too. That boy, this is gonna be a good one, man.
So
Right,
yeah,
didn't he
fight
do that?
parties.
Yeah,
Or just
fight
if you
parties
just want to
at-
have a little get
At
together, a little
Ria's.
shindig.
Fight parties at Ria's.
Huh?
Huh?
I told the listeners to let
Oh.
us know where it was gonna
No,
be.
Pacquiao beat Thurman.
Oh yeah, that was Pacquiao Thurman. Yeah.
Pacquiao beat Thurman. Who did Porter just?
Porter
beat?
just fought somebody. We'll see. It's gonna be a good one, man. I don't know if the undercard might be worth it. We'll see what's going on.
We'll see.
Let's see. Going right on to knowledge. Let's get over to knowledge. We gotta kick it real. If you didn't know, now you know. Like I said, we're not in the dog days of summer. I was gonna say the dog days of summer. We're in the fall. It's officially fall now.
It is official. Yeah.
We're about to have to set the clocks back in the hour and all that. That always gets you. It's like fall back, spring forward. We're gonna be getting an hour, right? Gaining another hour.
Gaining an hour.
Right. Cause I'm tired as hell. I need that shit. I need as many minutes I can get.
What y'all gonna do with y'all other hour?
Press snooze.
Probably take a nap.
We've been staying consistent for the people. I remember we just had the spring forward. In the spring, it just seems like we was just over there, but now
because it went really quickly.
It
It
has,
happened.
I know.
It
Time
went
is
really
moving.
fast.
Is this what happens when you get old?
It might
Older?
be. It might be when you get older.
We don't get older. We age like fine wine over here. Skin
Listen.
team, you know how it is.
Listen,
You
fine
look so lovely
wine.
this evening.
Yes.
Fine. But we want to get back into our perspective. You know, everybody was in their bag, so we got to talk about this relationship stuff. You had to wait for the queen to come back. Y'all can't be up there talking about relationships, the pit bull jaws, Jay. Y'all talk about relationships, and y'all ain't got no woman up there. That's what they tell us. There you go. Where you at, pit bull jaws? Where you at? Where you at?
Whomever pit bull jaws is supporting me, thank you. I appreciate you. Okay. Yes, you need a woman's perspective up here.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So we saw a article come out in the Manosphere by the homie Jada Black. Shout out to Jada Black. He always produced good content. We saw that he was talking about how Nick Cannon basically said he doesn't want to get married anymore or have relationships.
What's in your mug?
He doesn't get married anymore or have relationships. You listen to the SKEAM podcast. Check it out. I want to just toss it up. What did y'all think about that? We all have our perspective on that. Nick Cannon, who's been married. Start with the ladies. Of course, ladies first.
If he has decided that on his personal journey he doesn't need to be married or have a relationship, then that's fine for him. I think that might not necessarily be what he always chooses to do, but if that's where he is in his life right now, then it's probably better than he doesn't try to go down any of these other roads. I don't think broadly is that the way that it should go. No, but if that's what's right for him, considering he's been divorced, he's gone through a lot with relationships, and he just needs to get himself together.
He just had the song "Gigolo." That mean I'm a hoe.
That really
he ain't been
a
a gigolo in a while. That was him, wasn't it?
That was his song, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it?
It was. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
PLJ with the perspective.
Yeah,
I guess it's on me next. I think I can see that coming from Nick. And again, Nick playing. I'm not playing, but he playing the field. So
Dicka. Hey, Dicka.
He dicking him.
I think people should have those moments where they just kind of go and run around and experience things and don't do anything too serious. I think that when you are trying to,
did he? Go ahead. I'm just thinking about Christina Milian. Did he? They was in the movie together, but did he?
Were they together?
He dicka.
But
I don't know.
But again, he got his Wild Out Girls. He's doing this thing. So anyway, I just think
what the Wild Out Girls got to do with it?
I'm just saying because
it worked for him.
Yeah, they work for him.
You can't assume.
I'm just
saying
saying
they on the show that
he got some nice joints that
He be out here in Howard. He go to Howard, don't he? Yeah.
Or went. Did he?
Yeah. Is he finished?
It's a lot of people that went to Howard.
Taking classes.
Yeah, he's taking classes.
He taking classes and asses up in Howard.
I cannot.
Howard, you in the spot.
Howard, you ready? No, but I think that it's all based on your lifestyle. He is have a lifestyle.
People, what y'all think?
He had a lifestyle to where he's living a different way. So certain things that can distract him from his production, he don't really want to be involved in. I think that's basically what he's saying. He can create more a lot without the focus of trying to maintain a relationship.
Shout out to Delios. We see you, bro. He said we missed you, Ria. Shout out to that. See, the fans is out here. They in here. They getting in there. What up, Delios? We see you, boy. So we out here. No, so back. No, you here. Check it out. I think you onto something. Like I said, I think sometimes when people go through things, they may have seen it, and also I just think it's a lot more stress, in my opinion, when you in the industry, like trying to do a marriage and dating. You know what I mean? Versus like a regular average Joe or whatever. So he may have succumbed to some of that with him being in Hollywood and deadlines, dates, all that. Mariah having her things and all that.
I think they're different. They're different stressors. Relationships are inherently challenging. but they're also inherently rewarding if you get in a relationship that's healthy. But I think that when you are in his particular piece, like it's dating for him, you immediately, trust is always a factor. Like, is this person really interested in me? Especially if you date someone who's not in the industry. And then just his schedule, traveling, women constantly throwing themselves at him. So that introduces different challenges that could make the whole relationship thing more difficult.
Absolutely. But like I said, I think it's like when you have, because Mariah, how many times has Mariah been married? Somebody
just once, right?
Fact check this on that. Was it Tommy Mottola?
Tommy Mottola.
Okay, and then she got married to Nick Cannon?
I think.
She
I don't
like
think
Janet
there was anybody
Jackson.
else.
She get married every season.
But
every other season.
I've
Janet
heard.
Jackson hasn't gotten married every season. She's been married twice, right?
One of them. She been married about 4 or 5 times. Janet Jackson?
Yeah.
I bet you Janet Jackson been married the most times out of all
what,
singers.
What actual factual things do you have?
Let's see.
Factually, we only have.
Let's discuss this. I think.
discuss this.
I think actually, like I said, Nick was always chasing Mariah. Not chasing, but had his eye on, had a thing for Mariah. And when he got a chance to finally get her, sometimes it's hard to be. I think sometimes it'd be right person, wrong time. You know what I mean? So if you get married too young or too
3
low,
times.
or
Janet Jackson 3 times.
People
Okay.
be.
I said, damn.
That's a scheme fact. People be trying to make it work, and it's just like it's the right person but the wrong time. I had a couple of those.
That, and I also think also kind of expectations. I do think, and I've never been married, but I do hear a lot that when people get married, they have like these expectations of what marriage is supposed to look like, even if the relationship doesn't look that way going into the marriage. And I do think that's a challenge. Like, you can't just, like, marriage isn't some magic wand that changes people into something different. You are the same 2 people, just with a new commitment to each other. And if the expectations of you guys aren't on the same level, then that's going to definitely cause problems in the marriage.
I think too. So, but it's funny. Like the second part of that, he said, "Okay, not only do you not want to be married, he said he don't even want to be in a relationship.
Get me out this joint.
He said,
man.
because he doesn't want to be responsible for someone else's happiness.
He said, get me out of this drink, Johnny. So, and it's, and I think there's something to be said about that. Go ahead, Rhea.
No, I was gonna 100% agree, because relationships can be exhausting. Even a relationship with a person who is good for you, there's a good amount of energy that goes into fostering and caring for that relationship so it can be successful. So getting into a relationship with someone who is not right for you, that's even more, because you're constantly trying to fix something that just can't be fixed. So having those moments where you're like, I don't want to do none of it, I'm going to just chill. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's extremely healthy.
Do y'all think that you make love when you married? Shouldn't love be made already?
I think that
you thought about it.
I think that you're dumb,
I'm wondering.
I think that love should be there before you get married. I don't think that love has to be there when you get married, because there are people who have successfully wed after knowing each other for like 3 weeks, and
Right,
30
that's
years
crazy
later,
love.
but they are in love. That portion came over time. It wasn't necessarily there in the beginning. So I think it's possible, but it really depends on the people, their maturity level, and what they really believe about marriage and how they choose to, make the marriage make sense for them.
Because they say you don't get that much when you get married. They put super glue on the twat. They say that's what they say.
Who does that?
That's
Super
what they
glue
say.
on a twat.
Super glue on the twat. They say it's
You
closed for days.
That's kind of terrifying, because I do hear that all the time about married people, like getting married and then not having sex.
I don't want it,
I
Herman.
think that's terrifying.
Yeah, because y'all
That's
ration
scary.
out the pussy. Well, from what I heard, allegedly,
That's what they
they
say.
ration out the pussy. You only get pussy as a reward. Did you wash the dishes today, Raymond?
Then you don't get it.
All right, that's
Right.
Well, that's what I've heard.
Married
do
women,
chores.
do
If
y'all
you're
do
married,
that?
chime in. Married
you?
women,
I
chime
do.
in.
I really need to know, because I hear this.
She said, "Did you shower today?"
This is where we need Drew in here from the
It's
perspective.
okay,
I
I'll
need
go
you to
watch
know,
it.
I
do
heard they
they
ration
ration
out the pussy. I heard blowjobs is only birthdays, celebratory. Like what?
She told me to wash my wanker.
You used to give head all the
Somebody told you to
time.
wash your. I mean, well, a clean one is
Wanker.
always more appealing than a freshly washed one is always more
Freshly
appealing than one that's
washed.
been sitting around all day.
flavor.
Let's discuss this. Freshly washed. I heard that sometimes the
washed
twang.
one.
You and your twang. You and your twang.
I heard sometimes
Equals
they
flavor.
they like a little salt,
You
little
like the
salty.
twang.
You know, honey roasted nuts, little
Stain.
basketball.
Did you just say honey no basketball, nothing.
Stain is flavor. If it leave a stain, it don't have
Basketball,
flavor.
nothing.
Did you say a
Basketball.
stain is flavor?
Sometimes you
is
feel
flavor.
like
you
a
need
nut.
to reevaluate your
Sometimes
whole
you don't.
life.
That's what it means.
Reevaluate your entire life.
You know.
Man, manifest got nuts. And no. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Y'all like a little salty, little honey roasted action?
Freshly washed,
See what
freshly cleansed is nice.
men do now. This 2020, we smell a thong string before we enter. Before we penetrate, we smell the thong string first to we know how things do.
Honestly, like if a person's not just if their diet and overall health is well, then
The thong string will smell good.
then generally speaking, your body even if it's not like fresh out the
Absolutely.
shower, still is good.
I've heard
it smells
that.
good, yeah.
It's in them. I've heard because I've been told that my protein tastes
I'm not doing
very
this.
good.
We're not going
I'm
to talk
just
about
saying
your
we
protein.
talking about how.
But you didn't have to talk about your protein.
I'm just saying. That's a fact to see. I was just saying to add to that. I've
You
been
just had to
told.
let everybody know.
No, I'm just saying that that it's true. I gotta speak from my experiences sometimes. So he said, "That ain't right."
That ain't right.
Ditka.
I did
Ditka. Don't you know?
Don't you know about
Bible. So listen, no, seriously, yo, you hit no point. I want to go back to that for real. You said relationships take effort again, and I think sometimes, guys, and girls, but mostly guys in this case, Nick Cannon sees the effort that it takes, to be in a relationship and all, especially when you're in show business and doing all those things, and it's like, at this time, I may not be able to give it as much as I want. You know what I'm saying? So
being able to say that is key, as opposed to
That's
entering
big.
situations and then not being able to give all of yourself or disappointing someone who has different expectations. Saying up front like this isn't what I'm about is good.
that's being honest, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's sad because some men want to date a girl like Rihanna, but you won't be able to handle a girl like Rihanna. If she tell you to go wait in the car while she come out there, wait in the car, I'll be out. You gotta sit your ass down and act like the bitch in the relationship.
Nah.
Wait.
You the bitch if you dating relationship. If you dating Rihanna and you just a regular person, you just a regular worker.
No, that doesn't mean that she can't give him the respect of.
Rihanna gonna bitch your ass.
Not that. That's. I don't agree with that.
Oh,
I don't agree with that.
What's her
I
name?
think so. I think I know her. I think I know type of girls like her.
Well,
Island
I
girls
mean-
won't control your ass. They gonna try to control you.
Let's talk about it. Let's discuss this.
Well, Nothing he said was factual. This is only his opinion about Rihanna.
It's based on what
Based
I see.
on what you think.
Based on what I see.
You don't know Rihanna.
I don't know, but I know island girls like her.
Girls who what?
I know a lot of
Have,
girls like Rihanna.
career women or driven
Not
women.
I mean,
Ding, 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 ding,
but
scheme
this
beef.
make a woman say you ain't shit. If you was dating somebody who work at Burger King, we just gonna say Burger King, and you were like working somewhere 5 times better than Burger King, you're not gonna treat him like something because he needs you for some. He needs
I
you.
have dated someone who made significantly less
and you
money
respect
than
him.
me.
He was
Yeah,
the Chuck E. Cheese in a rat suit, and you
And Rhea
respect him.
bossed his ass around.
I did not.
He was flipping
Yeah.
signs for McDonald's. and
Said,
coming-
go do something,
Which
motherfucker."
actually takes mad talent when you do that. The guys who be flipping the signs, shout out to the sign flippers.
Hell
They
yeah.
are they are amazing. But to your point, I dated someone who made significantly less money than me.
And he tried to tell you what to do. What'd you say to him?
And I gave him the respect that you would give a man in a relationship. But you have to understand, it is if the dude is working at Burger King, but he is, dedicated and faithful and he's driven and he's doing something, it's easy to respect that. If he's working at Burger King and that's just all he got going, then there's nothing else. That is the issue. It's not necessarily about the
bullshit.
position.
That's the corporate answer.
It's not the corporate. It's the truth. I can respect a guy who isn't doing as well as me, but they're hustling and grinding. I can support that and I can give them respect. But if it's just a nigga who's just sitting around and
Okay.
I can't respect that.
Okay,
and that's
so
the issue.
do you feel like love should be placed on a wage or salary, or should somebody be equal to what you bring it, or would you feel like you can?
And I want to go back. I want to reference episode 5, SKEAM Podcast Season 2, episode 5. Miss Ria 605. He got to have a plan, a vision.
Yeah.
So wait a minute.
Don't remind her.
Yeah, no, I want. So the
I don't
users
need
get
you-
back in.
I don't need you to do that.
So what I want to do? Okay.
Can I answer the question?
I want to.
just
I just want to.
okay, go ahead.
Because what you were just saying, that guy that work at Burger King, he may have a vision, but
Impossible
your vision,
Burgers, it might be for you.
So
unlimited.
At this time in my life, I would prefer
qualifying.
a man.
Y'all.
No, I prefer a man who's on equal footing with me. That doesn't mean that I would totally count out a guy who was struggling. It would really depend on his character and what he has going. Like it would really, but like
So you was
if
about
I
to
had
get
to
invited
choose,
to a fight party, but now
if I had to choose, I want somebody who, I mean, like you ain't got to make as
Of
much as
course
I do,
you
but
would.
you gotta be stable. You gotta have something going on.
Right.
You gotta be able to pay for a date.
I got paid for
or
a date,
two.
but we got to go to Wendy's.
I don't really eat Wendy's. I mean,
What's wrong
take
with Wendy's?
me to Chipotle.
Okay, Chipotle.
I could do Chipotle.
Panera.
I could do Panera. See, exactly.
You gotta be creative, fellas. All you gotta do is be creative.
Listen, you can. There's so much.
You know what, baby? I made us sandwiches.
You
What
can
kind
do
you
so
make?
much stuff.
Peanut butter and jelly. I don't do peanut butter.
You know what?
Tuna fish.
I went on I went on a date. It was like our official meet, right, with a guy. We went to the park. He brought like some glasses and some wine, and we sat and we talked for hours. It was
She trying to
totally
get-
cool, and I was fine with
And he
it.
brought up peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
He didn't bring up. We just drank
was-
wine.
Did
and
y'all
we
have a
just talked. It
blanket?
was
Y'all had a
really cool.
Had a
blanket?
blanket?
He
had
got
like
that from
a little-
Urkel. He
I
got
don't
that
care
from
where he got
It
it
was a,
from. It was sweet.
She had the Yogi Bear back. Hey, boo boo.
It was
Are you gonna
sweet,
pick a
and
big
it was-
basket?
And it was
Yeah, yeah.
simple, but it was thoughtful. And he didn't spend a lot of money. Like it wasn't like guys don't have to do all this extra stuff. You just have to. You gotta have a little game too,
But-
like a little creativity, and show that you actually want to get to know somebody.
What about the women that say, "Get me a bag. I want a bag, bitch. If you can't buy me a bag, then they like." What
I respect those women for being very upfront about
Are
what
you
they
that type
want.
of woman?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I respect those women for being upfront about what they want, and if you're not with it, then you can leave. I don't get like people can do whatever the hell they want to do. If you're upfront and honest about it, then that's just all it is. If they like, look, in order to date me, you got to do this and this and this, then you know. Right. Don't fill out the application if you know you can't meet the qualifications.
Users, give us some date ideas that are a go. We're gonna hear from y'all. Give us some date ideas that are a go and that are a no. So if a guy came and did this, like, yo, I want to take you to okay, yeah, that's a good one.
You know what
and then give us a no. Both of y'all. All right, while we
you
doing
know
this.
one thing that's happening with guys now that's
SKEAM
really funny?
Podcast on YouTube.
Guys want to do like the pre-dates before they take you out on an actual date.
What's the
They want
pre-dates?
like meet up at like Starbucks. Or
Oh,
meet
yeah,
up here.
yeah,
They don't
absolutely.
want to before they actually take you on a date.
Absolutely. We gotta qualify it. Can I talk about this? I'm single.
talk about it.
Let's discuss this. Let's
discuss this.
What we want to do, okay, it's because and y'all gonna think I'm mean, but I'm not mean. No, let's just talk. Chicks are getting their high school pictures from 01 off. Yeah, this is a conundrum. People are posting pics from '89,
How it
and
used
then
to be.
when I come and then I bring you to Panera.
Whoa.
You know you got a mustache. You don't look anything like that. So the meetup date is to make sure you're one, not a catfish.
Who the fuck is this?
Right. 2, you look like your picture, and then 3, you might not even be compatible. We might want to go Chuck E. Cheese or putt golf
Right.
on our initial date. But if I can't have a conversation with you over a latte, I can't. I don't feel the vibe. I don't.
Right.
It's just.
You need the social interaction.
It's not me. It's you. It's not you. It's me.
Right.
It's not,
Yeah.
Whatever it is, all
Yeah.
that. Let's get this out the
Yeah.
way. Skip. Talk about. Well, Skip don't go on dates, so he don't
Yeah,
know.
Skip is
Skip.
not dating.
Don't do that. Skip. Don't
Yeah.
don't do that.
Just
Skip.
leave the whole conversation alone.
So
Me
does
and-
that make more sense? Like
No, I personally am not offended by pre-dates because it actually
they call it pre-dates though.
yeah, it works out for me too because I want to have chemistry before I sit and like have dinner with you or I would
Right.
like to see if there's any chemistry there, and then there's no awkwardness of you going on a date and then like is he gonna lean on for a kiss? Is he gonna expect like try to want to come in my house because none of this when at the end of it like I don't want none of that. I'll meet you at Starbucks. I'll go ahead and get my chai tea latte and we can converse.
All right,
Because
Rhea.
I know I'm fickle, so I might not like you, and that might be the end of it.
And that's right. I have a question because she's the only female host up here. So we ask questions generally to find out what females may think. So I have a question to ask, and it was based on something I seen on Facebook that said, you know, we talked about this before. The guy going out, and it's just the first date, you know, we pay for each other. It was called something. He used a certain term. On Dutch. That's what it was called.
If I go Dutch, I'm probably not gonna go out with the person again.
So if for a first date to just
entertainment,
if he tried to explain to you, let's get to know each other. All right, you pay for yourself and I'll pay for
I just probably wouldn't go out with him again.
What would make you say that?
I'm just not really with it.
Cheap nigga, not my type.
I'm just not really with it. And
8-figure cheap nigga.
And it's not something that I have had to deal with. And like I'm old enough. I've been dating for a while. The guys that I've gone out with, they pay. Even my guy friends pay when we go out. So like the whole idea of going Dutch is like crazy to me. And even in my relationships,
8-figure cheap nigga.
In my relationships, guys typically pay for the guy typically pays for the dates we go out. Now, don't get me wrong, I pay for stuff. So I'm typically like, if I want to do something, like I want to go to this concert, I'll just buy the concert tickets and we'll do it. So I do things.
You do that?
Yeah, I do things for the guy I'm talking about. So it's not, so everything isn't all on him. But if we go out, then yeah, they
So
pay for it.
So two-part, real quick. I get that because most of the time I don't expect women to pay. However, going back to SKEAM, our first pilot episode 1, season 1, episode 1, we talked about where the ladies at, dating and all that. You know, one of the first questions I posed, I said, if you, all my ladies, independent, wage equality and all that, take me out. What's wrong with a lady taking a guy out on a date?
Nothing is wrong with it.
You're just saying you don't subscribe to that.
There's nothing wrong with a lady taking on a date. I think most ladies are fine with it once they got or with a guy that they like.
I would
but a first date, I still think, and maybe in this particular aspect, I don't think I'm traditional in all aspects, but there's certain aspects of dating. I think that men generally do the picking. Like there are less of you guys. Women can pursue you, but if you're not really rocking with it...
Unless you guys? Oh, okay.
Men.
Okay.
Yeah, women can pursue you guys, but if you're not really feeling it, then most she's going to be is like a friend with benefits.
Real.
So I feel like a guy does the picking. If he's going to if he decides he's interested in me, then he can take me out on a date.
But what if it's a extra super high value male and you rock with him? Because we know who Rhea got.
An extra super high value male.
Idris Ibra.
Hello, ladies.
Idris Elba.
Okay,
Billy
so pronounce it right. Watch this. Wait.
Billy D.
Williams. Let me get this off. Hey, I'm coming right to you.
Give him Billy D.
Idris, slide through your hinge. Rhea ain't no hinge, but just hypothetically.
Lady.
And he was like, yo, I want to do that. But, yo, can you get this first one?
Hey, lovely.
Do you not realize that I am a super high value female?
I know you are. I didn't say you
Like,
wasn't. So you still not going to rock
If Idris can't pay for a date, then I'm looking at him sideways.
But if he want to do a meetup at Starbucks,
then he's going to buy my chai tea latte from Starbucks. You can't buy a $5 chai tea latte from Starbucks, but you want my time and attention. No,
in your head, gonna go question mark.
I'm like, I'm not rocking, and it's fine. Maybe he's just not the one for me, and I'm totally fine with that.
So what else? What's wrong with women paying for the second one? We gotta get to the other topic. I don't know how y'all got on this.
I mean, whatever the woman is comfortable doing is fine. I know.
I
know a lot of women who prefer to go Dutch because a lot of times when guys pay for dates, they expect they don't want the expectation.
I'm buying lobster.
Yeah,
I'm going deep sea diving.
But I am perfectly comfortable with you paying for a meal and me giving you a hug.
Yeah,
and saying
that's how Percy.
Like I'm done.
Yes. Said, if I gotta pay, I'm going to slay. But
yes.
The idea that a guy's entitled to something after dinner, paying for dinner, is also kind of insane.
Dinner and dessert.
Take it right over there on Cone Street. Get you a beef and Almerol plate.
Check it out. So the second part of our talk, we had the shorty who was married saying this is why men don't want to be married. I wrote from Rhea.
No.
I wrote from Rhea with the lovely earrings, but we gotta
pick your ass on, girl.
Check it out. Here we go. I think she hit on a lot of points. And the lady was Danica. Danica is her name on YouTube. She does a lot of female perspective and all that. But anyway, she had a video called "Why Men Don't Want to Get Married." Mm-hmm. Touch on it, real. What do you
go ahead.
Let's start with
this. Is something that you thought.
Why women don't want to get married?
That you found so profound.
You asking me? Yeah. Shit, my thing.
Why men don't want to get married?
Oh, why men don't want to get married? Because once you get married, it's once you get the ring on the finger, it's like it's a trance that comes over you. It's like a ring over your finger, Lord of the Rings, and you must do as I say or get no slay.
Back to the controller.
It's like
he's staying consistent. You can't be mad at him. He's staying consistent.
Lord of the Rings is Lord of the Rings. You gotta do.
I guess
what
I just
say.
don't understand it because from from my perspective,
not Percy's.
what I see is that okay. So when people talk about this, like the woman in the video, it's like women only gain in a marriage and men only lose. And even in the video when they're talking about Nick Cannon, they talk about marriage as a burden of another person. And so this idea of looking at it as the woman is just kind of winning and she's offering no other value than the fact that she gets to be a wife and the man is the one doing all these things. I've never seen marriage like that. In the situations I've seen, the women put up with a whole lot of stuff, and I'm not necessarily like they do a whole lot. Their whole world becomes about their husband, about the children that they have. Their own dreams and thoughts and desires are pushed to the side, and they focus so much on that. And oftentimes in situations where they aren't appreciated or whatever. And so then the idea that they're the one benefiting just because they got married, I just don't like that perspective at all. And I don't agree with it. But I've never been married.
Okay.
So maybe I just don't understand.
Neither one of us none of us up here have been married. So I understand totally where she was coming from. Number one, from the first lead point of what she said. She said marriage is designed for the benefit of women. Let's just be honest. It really is. From a financial standpoint, just from the security and the comfort that women get from being married. But that's acting like
men get nothing out of the situation.
But we still going, okay, yeah. Okay. But what I'm saying is that we have to acknowledge that first, right? Because at the end of the day, if it wasn't for women, like that wouldn't be the first focal point, of a relationship. Again, there's a difference between being in a relationship and being married. You can be in relationships that don't end in marriage. But as soon as you get in a relationship, women with the where's this going and all that, it's for the benefit of women. We got to be honest about that, about the laws and all those things. So I feel, just my opinion, it was so refreshing to hear a woman say this. Well,
because she agreed with how you feel.
She wants you to shovel and everything. Hell no,
because number one, here's a woman who is married, right? It's not a woman who's just not been through it saying it. But then she also gave her whatever testimony, if you will, about why she got married. She didn't do it for those reasons, but in this day and age, women are getting married chasing the bag. It's like marriage is not its value. And we can say this. Whatever your viewpoints on marriage. Hold on. Whatever your viewpoints are on marriage, real, would you agree that marriage in 2019 is not as valued and sacred of a covenant as it was back in the day when our great-grandparents...
I'll agree with that.
Exactly. Yes. So that's what I'm saying. It's more like a transaction. We see.
But that's the problem.
People getting married 4, 5, 6 times.
I still don't like the
keeping
idea.
up with the Kardashians, J-Lo, all that. 5, 6,
the idea of devaluing a wife. There's so much benefit to a man's life from having a good, strong woman. Right, of course.
Right
in all of these, the preface is the right one. If you have the wrong person in a relationship or marriage, of course it's going to be negative. But when you have the right person there with you, that is a partnership.
Not a white
and there's so much value to that. So I guess I always look at it from that perspective, being with the right person. So when I hear these conversations,
this is how it appears.
Let's
talk about how it appears.
The woman just wants money, yada 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 yada. Like she's bringing nothing else to the table. She's chasing the bag, isn't that money?
That's chasing the bag. Right, because here's the thing. You hear statements like, the first time you marry is for love, the second time is for money. Like, no one is city girls in a hot girl summer, and all that shit. Like, this, we in a thought, social media driven society, and, you don't see, the virtuous woman, the he who finds a wife find a good thing. You don't see that as prevalent. Out here, as you see the thought culture, city girls, the twerking, back that ass up. Girl, you look good when you back that ass. That is more pushed to the forefront. So, to that point, you got guys saying, again, why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? Look, so I get married. I take more of a risk and a liability from just financial standpoint, just from an artist standpoint. And then,
Well, so... what you're saying about the girls, the hot girl
Kiss
summer,
on the first
not seeing a lot
date.
of virtuous women. I will say
Delios.
one thing as a
Delios.
a lot of times females have impressed upon them, like from the time they're so young, how important it is to be virtuous and to have yourself seen a certain way and like, you know, all of this. Dudes don't get that. Like, so you got these dudes who are passing their penis around like a collection plate, but you're supposed to keep yourself all virtuous and
Passing
Collected. It's
around.
erected.
Right? Like you're supposed
Dicka.
to like me as a female, I'm supposed to be okay taking community penis, but God forbid I've had a
Community
couple
penis.
dudes.
You received a
and then
dicka.
I'm like, I'm a thought, I'm a hoe or whatever. Like
Community penis, y'all.
yes, community penis. Like it's been
Damn.
okay for guys. Boys will
Damn.
be boys.
They
And so they're
disrespect
oaths.
our dick.
We're supposed to accept your community penis.
Community.
And God forbid
It wasn't passed
we've
out to the
slept with
community.
somebody else. And it's like, you know, I don't agree with that.
It
like,
was just in the neighborhood.
Dirty
Anyway,
dick,
anyway,
Darnell.
listen.
I just don't agree.
Sharia, first of all,
Yes.
stop it. You just had an experiment